with, excuse me, Caleb Joshua with Knowledge Financial Solutions. I'm sorry. So we'll be talking to her in a little while. But I want to give you my information. I am located at 2300 West Sahara, across from the Palace Station in the U.S. Bank building on the 8th floor, and my phone number is 702-625-8989. So if you have any questions about life insurance, auto, home, you need a quote, anything like that, give me a call and I'll be happy to help you. Okay, so this morning, a couple of things that I want to talk about is I want to talk about life insurance, people. I need to understand, I won't really say I need to understand. I want to know how many people out there that's viewing right now have life insurance, or how many actually shopping for life insurance. Life insurance is very important. I am in the motorcycle community, and I know there's a lot of people that are out there without life insurance and they're riding these motorcycles. And in Nevada, motorcycle riding is very dangerous. I don't know the rates or the statistics, but I know it's pretty high as far as accidents and deaths on the motorcycle. So I really need you guys out there, all my viewers out there and all my motorcycle riders out there, to get a policy. May is a motorcycle awareness month, so it is really important for those who aren't familiar with motorcycles and motorcycle riders to pay attention to the motorcycle riders. And also to just educate yourself and understand better some of the different things that go on with the motorcycle riders, why the pipes are loud. I didn't know that for years until my husband told me. So educate yourself on motorcycle riders. Stay aware. It's Motorcycle Riders Awareness Month for May. Get that life insurance. I can help you. Veronica, 702-625-8989. What were you going to say, Kayla?
I was going to say, too, in general with insurance, and I get, that May is Motorcycle Awareness Month for life insurance, but especially in, especially the African American community, we really don't focus a lot on having life insurance in general.
No, we don't.
And, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that they do have GoFund accounts now and things of that nature. And today, I'm actually going to a viewing. I had a death in my, spouse's family today. And thank God, of course she had insurance. But needless to say, we shouldn't have to do that.
No.
We should be prepared. I think they look at it as a taboo topic, talking about, if you get insurance,
you're gonna die tomorrow.
That's jinx, that's the jinx, and
but you know
things
what?
Like that, and that makes no sense. We need to be smarter than that. We need to, they say, how's the saying go? Work smarter, not harder.
Not harder. Yeah.
So we need to have our family in general to be prepared financially in case there is a death in the family.
So I have a question. Even if it was the case, even if you do buy an insurance policy today and you die tomorrow, wouldn't it be awesome to still know that you're covered?
Right,
that you have a policy, that your family is not left with the debt?
Who wants to leave their family with that type of burden? Because on top of the fact that you're dealing with the death in the family, that person is no longer here, you still have bills to pay, you still have finances that need to be taken care of. Who wants to have to think and stress about how am I going to do this and any other when we can't even figure out how we're going to bury this person? No,
you're right. And I had I've always been kind of teeter-totter on how much insurance that you get for your child under 18. And one person told me years ago that for a child the typical is about $10,000, because you're pretty much just burying your child. You're not trying to make any money or anything like that off of your child. But then I had a customer a few months ago that actually told me that she was looking for insurance for her grandchild, and the reason she was looking for this insurance is because her daughter is a tenant of hers. She rents out her home. So she said, you know what, if my grandson was to pass away today, my daughter has she's employed and she pays me rent for where she's staying. But if something was to happen and she had to mourn, it may take weeks, it may take a year, it may take time.
Mourns differently.
Yeah, so she's like, no, I need a chunky policy, face value, on that life insurance policy because I need to allow my daughter the time to mourn and still be able to pay her bills and not put me behind and I have to be responsible. So that's definitely something to think about too, people. We talk about ourselves for life insurance, but we need to get our kids insured. And how many of you out there, if your child was to pass away today, you'd need time to mourn and you wouldn't be able to go back to work? Think about that. Think about it. It's not, I asked my kids and my husband that same question because it really, a light bulb came on. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a deep question. I know there's a lot of you out there now with young kids that probably would not be able to function on a daily basis. So it's something to think about. And with life insurance, we can add a child rider. If they're under 18, we can add a child rider on that policy. So I need you guys to give me a call. So
they don't have to have their own separate policy. They can do it as a rider.
They can do it. If they're under 18, they can do it as a rider.
Oh, okay.
And they can have their own separate policy. Typically, if you have your separate policy, that's a whole life because you want them to accumulate, the value of the policy, and maybe use that for college or something like that. But on the other hand, they can be a rider on their mom and dad's policy. So, and they typically don't do medical or anything like that on a child rider. They just, and it's really inexpensive. Typically, it's inexpensive, $10-15 a month, if that, on some of them.
All right. And my question is, I do credit repair. The name of my company is Knowledge Financial Solutions. I do credit restoration through FES. And it's an awesome company. I've been with the company just a couple of months now, but I chose this company versus others because, unlike other companies that dispute one item at a time, two item at a time, they dispute everything at one time. So you're not, study paying $89 a month because they're trying to take your money. No, everything that's negative on your credit report, they dispute it at one time. Collection accounts, late payments, anything that's reflecting negatively, it's all done at one time. So how does your credit, in fact, how does that matter when it comes to insurance? How does your credit score affect your insurance, how much you pay for insurance?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. So with life insurance, it doesn't affect it. Okay. So life insurance, they just go off of medical, your physical, prescription, different things like that. Okay. But for auto insurance and home insurance, your credit plays a big deal. Not even just auto and home. For motorcycle, boats, different things like that, your credit plays a big part. Possibly, I think even with commercial, there may be some credit that's looked at. So I will tell you that sometimes we have customers and they cannot understand. I can't tell you how many customers we have done quotes for, and they're like, I don't understand. Everything's so good. My MVR, my motor vehicle, I don't have no accidents, nothing like that. And a lot of times the credit plays a big part in it. I just quoted a couple people just this week with the same carrier, and for the most part they have the same situations going on. But one person's quote was extremely high. They didn't have any accidents. Another person had an at-fault accident just a couple months ago. And when I tell you that their premium was less than the carrier
because of their credit.
Because of their credit. Their credit was over 700. And because of that, we were able to get them with a preferred company, and that preferred company saved them $100 a month on their premium. So
what is the threshold approximately? What is the average credit score that a client would need to get a okay rate? They're not paying an arm and a leg for insurance.
Yeah. That one is a really hard call because insurance consumer reports, they run your report, but they don't go off of the FICO score per se. So it really depends. But I can tell you, if you have a lot of collections, if you have a lot of debt, if your debt to income ratio is high, that's gonna affect your consumer report when the insurance carriers go to run that report. But every insurance carrier, each one of them, they have their different way of rating. And I forget what that formula is. So
the bottom line is you need good credit.
You need to have decent credit.
Yeah. And do you know that they say 43 million people in America have not good credit. 43 million people.
That's a lot.
So
That's a lot.
my whole thing is too, like we were saying too, with the whole life insurance thing. I don't believe people are knowledgeable about how important credit is until they get into a situation where they need it and they're like scrambling, like, okay, what can I do, for me, for you to help me. And that's what we're here for. But it's not a magic formula, like you said. With anything takes time. So with the company, you basically sign up to get your credit restored, because we also too have videos as well that teach you, not only do we help you fix your credit, but how to keep your credit, how to maintain your credit, how to build your credit. So everything is included within that package. So it's, they try to make people knowledgeable about what's going on. And every time a person makes a payment, a portion of that payment goes towards a scholarship that the company gives to youth about learning how to be financially literate, to know about being financially responsible. I believe last year they gave over $150,000 in scholarships. Wow. Just, so they can put these programs out here to teach people about it. Wow. But credit, just like insurance, is kind of like a taboo topic. Some people don't even know what their credit score is. And it's not that they don't want to know; they're scared to know because
they don't know.
They don't want to face it.
Yeah, no, you're right. You have to stay on top of your credit. Yeah, you have to stay on top of your credit. I worked on my credit the last couple of years, and I rebuilt my credit, and it's pretty decent. I have a pretty decent credit score. As I was saying last week when I had Phil from McCaney Price Motors.
Yes, I seen it.
Oh my gosh, I could not believe it. It wasn't just Clark County. It was USAA, and I was like, nah, you got to be kidding me. When I tell you these people didn't ask me for one piece of a pay stub. Why? Because my credit was at a certain point. They didn't ask for a pay stub whatsoever.
But you know better, you do better. Like when I first got my first car, of course I was young, maybe 17, 18 years old. My interest rate was 28%. 28%.
Normal for people who don't know any better.
And I'm like, they're like, oh, your credit score is 424. I'm like, well, what is it supposed to be? They're like, oh, it should be like 800.
That's double.
Like, okay, well, because like I said, you just don't know. And if your family isn't teaching you about how important credit is, and when you get out there in the real world, you can't do anything. Like when you have excellent credit, you can walk into any establishment. You can walk into the car dealership, walk into
the bank and get a credit card. Oh my
anywhere,
gosh.
and your name alone, they type in your social security number and they see, because they look at it as that person is reliable. They're running people credit now for jobs.
Yeah, they are.
I had a friend tell me yesterday that she got interviewed for Metro, I believe it is, and she declined it because she said, right now, no, my credit isn't up to par.
Wow.
And they won't give you the job if you don't have good credit. I said,
and I know some people don't understand. When I was like 19, I believe it was, I swear to you, it was the one and only. It was Allstate. I remember getting a quote with them, and they told me my credit was not up to par, and I was like, this is discrimination. But you know what, you guys, no matter how much we think that is discrimination, at the end of the day, they have the right, and it is legal for them to run your credit. That is for insurance. That's for there may be a couple life insurance companies that do it, and also employers. It's legal. It's absolutely legal.
And then too, you know what I learned? You said 19, right? I'm glad you said that. People can add their children onto their credit cards as an authorized user at the age of 13, 14 years old. So we're trying to
13.
Yes, we're trying to figure out, like, how does these people come into the work, the work field, or they come into the bank, because I worked in banking as well for 14 years, and they're able to get all of these loans, and they're 18, 19 years old. And I couldn't figure it out. But I noticed, it was a lot, of people that didn't look like me. I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is this possible? I just turned, because I'm not started in banking, I was 20. I just turned 20 and my credit doesn't look like this. But because you know better, you do better. Their mother and father put them on their credit cards as authorized user. So about the time they turn 18, 19 years old, they have excellent credit.
And guess what? The same thing.
They have excellent credit.
The same thing with insurance.
Yep.
We always try. I've done it. I'm not going to say I haven't. we always try not to put our children on the insurance policy. But all that does is it damages them. It's not. It's a disservice to your children.
Really?
Because once they turn 19, 20, or whatever, and they want to get their own policy, now they have no insurance history. So they've been paying mom and dad. Here's my portion for my policy. 2-3
none
years.
of it counts.
None of it counts. None of it counts. So you need to get your child on the policy, or look at getting them like if they don't have a car, get them a non-owner policy. They can pay for their non-owner policy, or if you spoil your kids, or you don't think they need to learn at a young age, you pay for the non-owner policy. It's going to be cheaper. A non-owner policy means you don't own a vehicle, but you drive. So what it's telling the insurance company is, I'm driving mom and dad's car. Yeah, I may be driving their car, but I have my own insurance. So what would happen is mom and dad's insurance wouldn't be affected if they would go after his policy.
See, I learned something new today.
So that's something you guys definitely need to know. 702-625-8989. And Kayla, you want to give them your information?
Yes, my telephone number is area code 702-721. I believe it's 8571. Or you go to my website, is myfes.net/KJoshua, and you'll be able to access my page, and you can look at all the products and services that we offer. With the program itself, it's $188 to start. That's the starting fee plus your first month service.
And what is that? And
that I was going to say, that includes the first month service. And then let me see here. It also comes with additional products as well. For the $188, it comes with discounts on prescription. It comes with discounts on travel. It comes with LifeLock. When anybody use your social security number, you receive a phone call right away, like, hey, your information is going to be compromised. Travel, a credit attorney. So, I worked in finance, industry for a long time, but I learned how to do just so much. But they have an attorney that does the dispute letters, anything for the client.
Okay.
So someone signs up for the services. Only thing they do is once they sign up, they get all the information in the mail, sign it, and send it to the credit bureaus. That's it. So it comes with a power of attorney, will and trust, debt zero, smart credit to see how far your credit score has increased, financial lockbox. So all of this is included in the package for $188, and it's $89 a month. People will go and spend $250 on a pair of Jordans.
Yeah, they will.
That depreciate in value as soon as you walk out. No, as soon as you walk out Foot Locker. Yeah, but when I tell you, for $188, you can increase your credit so you can own your own business. You can purchase a car, purchase a home.
You can buy the Jordans on credit that could build your credit if you know how to pay the bill and do all that.
I can't afford $188.
Well,
you can't afford to put money into yourself. It makes no sense.
And that's typical. You send a credit, and again, like you said, in our community, when it comes to credit,
discounts on shopping,
when it comes to insurance, we don't understand. I had a person the other day. I need to talk to you guys about letter of experiences. So when we run these quotes and we run the consumer report, if we see something on your insurance history that says you're at fault, I just learned this yesterday. One of the carriers told me typically when they see that there's bodily injury payments and rental car payments, they automatically put it on the person who put the claim in. So if I put a claim in, they're going to automatically report it as me. We don't know this, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I was at fault. It could mean that Kayla didn't have insurance, or that Kayla's insurance company is taking too long, or that I just need that I'm not wise enough, and no one educated me to say when you get in an accident, don't call your insurance company first, call theirs. So therefore, that's reported and is put on as an at fault. So as long as you can get a letter of experience from your carrier that actually reported that, you can get it cleared, and when we're doing the quote,
that won't be counted against you.
It won't be counted against you.
See, I learned something
had a
new
customer.
today.
They cannot stand it. They do not like to put the footwork in. I had someone yesterday that I was really trying to help out, and they told me that's too much work. So I said, well, if it's too much work, then that's fine. I can't go any further with you because we're going to need it. Every carrier is going to need that letter of experience. But they told me that was too much work. I need you guys to understand, it's only too much work when you don't want to save money. If you really want to save money and you really understand insurance, it's never too much work to clear up what should not be on your record.
And that's with anything. It's never too much work to sign up to get your credit repaired. Like, all you do is sign up. That's it. The attorney prepares the letters. They dispute everything. They send it to you. You sign it and send it in the mail.
Some of us are just lazy. We're just lazy.
How can
so
it be
we rather
too much
be in debt.
work?
We rather be in debt or have bad credit or a high rate for insurance because it's too much work. For what?
And then too, like I said, you can, by all means, you can also work on your credit while the company is doing it. But like I said, a lot of people don't want to put in the work. And that's fine. If you don't want to put in the work, then you're going to get whatever you put in. Yeah. With any situation, with the auto insurance, with the life insurance, you're only going to get in whatever you put in.
Absolutely.
Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no other way around it. I don't know. So, I just love the fact, honestly, that we're in a position to help educate others about everything that's going on.
You're right.
And be able to, let people know. But that's all we can do. And it's up to people to take the opportunity to take advantage of the fact that they have people that's willing to tell them. Because a lot of people don't know this, and a lot of people are not going to tell you because they want that money.
So can you tell me, I know you were telling me earlier today, you were telling me a little bit about one of your cases.
Oh yeah, I had a client recently, and then keep in mind too, I'm located here in Las Vegas, Nevada, of course, but you can be a client in any city and state. It does not matter because you enroll online. But one of my first clients I signed up with the company, he resides in Chicago, Illinois, and he had a lien on his credit report over $200,000. He was with Lexington Law, and they disputed one item at a time so that he can keep paying $100 a month. He was like, what? I know you personally. I'd rather go with you. I trust you. And if you're with this company, I know that, it's a reliable company. It's trustworthy. He's only been with the company 2 months. That lien is gone. $200,000 removed from his credit report.
Wow.
After 2 months. He was with the other company for 2 years.
Ooh,
2 years.
So he paid $2,000.
Yes.
To them, and it was still on his credit.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So we not only do we have to know better to do better, but we have to research the people and the companies that we use for our services. Because if they're taking your money and not actually giving you what they say they're there for, then you're wasting your money.
Wasting your money, time, energy.
Most definitely.
It's like, we work hard for our money. We don't want to just invest in anything that's not going to be beneficial to us. And I personally wouldn't, invest in a company that I feel wouldn't help me or anybody else,
Exactly.
That's why, I've been knowing you since 2014, and I trust you, I know you, and if I was to get, insurance or I'm going to go to you first because I know that you're not going to lead me in the wrong direction.
Exactly.
Exactly. And what I've learned in this business is that most people always go with the outside people.
They do.
I don't know if it's a fear of them thinking that you want to be in their business and it's nothing. Like, I'm really literally here to try to help you. If you don't want my help, that is fine. I'm not against it.
I'm not trying to steal anything from you.
Not at all. But I've noticed that we always go with people that we don't know because it's
like a privacy thing or whatever. And I don't
know if it's privacy. I don't know if it's trust.
Yeah.
But we have to think smarter. Why not go with somebody we know that has our best interests at hand?
And you know what? If that person messes you up, then okay, it's different. But you haven't even given that person a chance. But they know you. They have a rapport with you.
Yeah, I had somebody contact me last week, matter of fact, and she's with another company getting her credit restored. And she was like, I just want to ask you questions. That's fine. I'm more than willing to. I'm not going to try to take someone else's business. I'll answer any questions that you need. She's like, well, I know I spent X amount on my credit card. I'm like, well, you never want to go for 30% of your credit card limit because that decreases your credit score.
Yeah.
I'm like, your inquiries stay on your credit report for up to 2 years, and that's worth 10% of your credit score. So she was like, you know what? Kayla, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I didn't want to switch over to the company, even though I see you know, advertising on Facebook. But these people haven't been doing anything for me, and she's been with them 2 years as well. These people haven't been doing anything for me. My credit is gradually increasing. I'm just gonna go where I know.
Yeah.
She said, because you're the one giving me the information, but yet I'm paying them.
And that's how it is. That's
You know?
that's exactly how it is. So I think we're gonna wrap it up, and yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. I think I think we've talked enough. But I need you guys to remember that life insurance. I need you to remember credit restoration with Kayla.
Yes, Knowledge Financial Solutions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So again, my number is 702-625-8989. It's New Beginnings, Veronica Nicholson. We are located at 2300 West Sahara Avenue in the U.S. Bank Building on the 8th floor. And Kayla,
It's
give your information again.
702-721-8571, Knowledge Financial Solutions. My website address is the www.myfes.net/KJoshua, or you can do www.knowledgefinancialsolutions.com. Either way, you can reach me, and if you have any questions, like I said, I'm more than willing to help you. I'm more than willing to assist you in any way possible. And if you want to become an agent as well, hey, yes, if you want to become an agent as well, come on. The more people we have, the better, so we can get this information out here to the community so they know exactly what we do and what's going on.
Well, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I also want to say thank you to Frank, because he's the one out there recording for me. I want to say thank you to Don Marquez for giving me the opportunity to work with him. And you guys tune in next week. We're going to have Brian Harris from the Black Book. He's going to be on next week, okay? So we're going to talk about black economics and a few other different things, okay? You guys have a nice Friday. Bye.
Bye.
That was really good. You did good.
Thank you.
You helped me.